Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Etheria restart video, and this is a day 14 account review or check-in just to show you my progress. You can gauge where you're at. Now, something to keep in mind is that I missed almost 2 full days of actually playing because I was traveling and was without internet connection. Technically, I did get to pop in a little bit here and there, but basically missed a lot of farming opportunities. So this is kind of more like a 12-day check-in for me, but it's day 14 of the game. And we're going to do some cool things here because at the very end, I am going to be using my guaranteed SSR. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, most of you guys should know what you're talking about. But if I go to the event, there is the 7-day login. Where is it? Oh, it's actually gone. My bad. It's 7-day something. It's gone, but because I already completed it. But it would be over here. And at the first one, you get Linglo, and then on the second week, you get a random SSR, which we will pull for at the end. So anyway, I am level 49, and yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at my Animus. I was going to show my player card, but like you can't see anything from that anyway. So units that I've been focusing on are Hellkid and Rosa and Lily. These are definitely my 3 primary units. In fact, let's give a star to Lily. Anyway, Hellkid is just a great go anywhere, do anything unit. Like, he has a combination of sustainability by applying shields, as well as AoE damage for hitting all the enemies on the field. He has an attack debuff, so he's a debuffer, and he's got crowd control to a limited ability to be able to stun enemies on his basic attack. So every single turn he can do this. In fact, I was actually doing this in Arena, controlling people's diddings by just using stun on them every turn, and they could just never attack while I picked off all the rest of their units. So it's very, very useful, the fact that this doesn't have any cooldown. And I use him on basically every threshold boss that I fight. He's just a fantastic all-around unit. My main DPS all-star here is Rosa. She just rips through everything, has amazing single target and AoE damage. And then Lily, I'm sure you all guys know that Lily is extremely OP. She has, speed buffing, turn manipulation. I guess it's kind of the same thing for her. And AoE attacks, although ironically her skill 3 is probably her worst skill. I also made the decision to 6-star Hoyon. Some people probably think that was a bad choice. I need to invest in her more, but I'm a huge fan of this character, and I just wanted to play with her, and she is good in PvP, but I gotta invest in her more. Linglo is also super helpful. She kind of gets me through all fights that would be really difficult otherwise. The sustainability combined with her and Hellkid is kind of nuts. Freya, another all-star unit, also looks amazing. She is so helpful for basically PvP and PvE. She is one of the best buffers in the game. And then I recently started to invest in Chloros. Now, I could actually 6-star this guy right now, but I'm holding off on it because I want to see who I pull with my guaranteed SSR. But I think I'll probably 6-star this guy next. The only exception to that is maybe if I pull Messiah, then I might 6-star him, or possibly Heinrich, because I haven't gotten him yet, but it's probably going to be Chloros. Kraken has been super, super useful. And then I just recently got on the Valerian train. There's information all over the internet about her. Basically, if you get her skill 3 to level 5, she's OP because she gets to take a turn before the game even starts. Her sustainability is nuts. I think, I even read her kit in the beta, and I think I just didn't quite understand it. The issue is that I thought it was going to be a random buff like this, but the first time it's always attack up, which is insane. And I also didn't notice that at level 5, she just got to use her ability before anybody else even gets to take a turn no matter what. So I was kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of a little mid, but turns out she's actually insane for both PvP and PvE, possibly the best sustain unit in the game. I ran with Mia early on because she was my healer. She also has secret tech with this dispel ability. It's not really a secret, but I used it against Aurora, and she was super helpful there, being able to get rid of Aurora's buff. Don't really use Tsukiyomi anymore, but I think she'll come back later on, eventually in the game, but I got a lot of use out of her early on. Use Dina occasionally, although not nearly as much anymore. And then you can see my other SSRs that I have, Rahu, Lilith, Kloss, who I just pulled on stream last night, which I am definitely planning to build. I actually used my selector ticket for her in the beta and have really missed using her, and she's even better now in the live game. So really excited to get her, just haven't had a chance to build her yet. I ended up resetting Leanne earlier today to build Kloss, and I don't regret it, but I felt really bad because Leanne has actually put in a lot of work. I had 5-starred her, gotten her up to 45, and she really helped me all the way up until now. Sonya, I kind of started to invest in her, but actually haven't ended up needing to use her. And then the other unit that I reset earlier is Gray. I did this a day or two ago. He carried me through so much. Absolutely worth building Gray if you're still new to the game. I just reset him because I realized I kind of didn't need him anymore, but he was extremely useful. He's another one that I had all the way up to 45 on 5 stars. Okay, so now let's take a look at, I guess I should have showed you the investment already. So for Hellkid, we have, Hellkid, there we go. You can see I've leveled up his skill 3 quite a bit. Rosa I'm all in on. I haven't quite finished her off with some of these skills, but I have them built up quite a bit, and I did finish her skill 3. I got to get skill 2 maxed out, honestly. This is my next one. Next time I get a perfect lattice, it's going to be going into her skill 2. Lily is another one that I've invested in quite a bit, and after I finish Rosa, I'll probably start finishing Lily's skill 1. Hoyon, I need to finish her skill 3, so I should probably just finish this. Also, I should just farm more of this so I can get this last speed node, but she needs to be able to nuke people with her single target damage there. And then other units, I mostly just have like maxed out the level 1, so I get all the stats that I can. Kloss will also be built up here on skill 3 as well. And then Kraken. I don't think I really need to worry about these. Maybe I'll level up his skill 2 more, but for now, just having this one and being able to freeze the whole field is super insane. And of course, I have Valerian's skill 3 at level 3 as well. I'm doing pretty well on shells, to be honest. So I kind of have a lower level shell on Valerian. I have a maxed out Black Flag on Kraken. And then almost maxed out White Fang. Can we power him up right here? No, I'm short. Okay, almost maxed out White Fang on Kloss. Got a maxed out Gigabyte. I think this is the best supporter shell in the game. I mean, maybe some of you could argue the very end ones are actually better, ones that like refresh your skills. But Gigabyte is super good at this point for me. Electric Squid I have on Linglo, and then Twilight Knight. I got some really good rolls, and he's just a solid unit or solid shell overall, even though he's not red. The epic one is still pretty good, and I put it on Hoyon for now. And then I got another Gigabyte on Lilith, and a maxed out White Fang on Rosa and Hellkid. Now, modules are where I need to catch up more. So I think my shells are actually doing quite good. Modules are another story. You can see I'm just starting to break into getting those red modules, whatever they're called, mythic, and I have otherwise kind of sets of pink. So I've got a full set of Onslaught and Harvest on Hellkit at the moment. And then Rose is my only character that has maxed out everything. So I have all red gear on her for everything, and they're all level 15. And I actually have pretty good sets on her as well. I think eventually I might want to get, was it Kenai? The one that ends up increasing your crit rate. To combine with Fury, but for right now, she still obliterates everything in her path. Having Onslaught and Fury is super good, and having some of these like triple ones are very nice. I need to farm more of those. Then you can see my red gear drops off a lot. Now I do have 3 red cores over here for Lilith, but for some reason, getting the transistor is like terrible for me. I'm lacking transistors. I still have this yellow one on Lilith. It's kind of embarrassing. Hoyon over here. I kind of have a random set of gear on her because I wasn't, it was kind of like the leftover offensive gear that I didn't want to level up a bunch of other stuff all over again, but still decent gear. Ling Lo, again, it's got some kind of embarrassing yellow gear over here. Freya, I do eventually want to get her completely Swift Rush and Time Wave, going for the 12 on Time Wave and 4 on Swift Rush. That would be my ideal situation, but I just haven't been able to farm enough Time Wave gear yet. And then Kloss kind of has my leftover DPS gear. Kraken, he's doing what he can on gear and Valerian. I'm just trying to stack HP, but I haven't really invested in her gear. So those are my units. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And now let's go to challenge, and you can see where I'm at. I just couldn't figure out where it was. So for a Grim Pursuit, I am up here. I have beaten Hell with 3 stars on Nico Nana. I actually have not attempted Inferno, so I have a feeling the difficulty spike here is going to be crazy, but I will try this as soon as I get to level 50. You can see I'm very close. I may or may not be able to beat it. Sharon, I just recently beat on Nightmare. I might be able to do Hell because I have gotten quite a bit stronger since I tried, but I don't know if that's going to be really difficult or not. And then, of course, I'll get to Hoyon, which I think is going to be another story. But here's where I can start farming some of the really busted shells. I think the shells, when you get to Nico Nana, you get a huge power spike. The world just opens up to you. Being able to farm these shells, namely White Fang and Gigabyte, are just crazy. It's so good. And I farm her all the time on continuous farming right now. Remember, we're getting our double drop rate event soon, but it will not apply to shells as far as we know. So just keep farming shells, we get to the double drops, and then farm everything else. Anyway, and then I think Sharon's shells are kind of not that great. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not saying they're all useless. There are some good ones here. Like I think this Golden Lion is pretty good, but I think your incentive to farm Sharon is lower, and then it spikes again when you get to Hoyon and Rengokutsu, sorry. Anyway, and then for Threshold, I'm on Hell 1 for Terramaton, Hell 2 for Doki Doki, and then Nightmare on Aurora. I think I could potentially beat Hell 1 of Aurora, despite you see these 1 stars here. If I manual Hell 1, I think this is kind of within my grasp. And then if I commit to 6-starring Chloros, then I think I just blow through this. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But again, I've been intentionally kind of like holding off on doing that. So that's my progress. My Union is also doing well. Let's go ahead and check them out over here. We've been at level 20 for quite a while. We're at 30 out of 30 members. And we are currently doing our formations here for United Front, which will start tomorrow. Weekly quest. We just completed something. Thank you very much. Good job, guys. So this is going to be exciting. I'm excited to see how this guild battle works. If you are interested in applying to my union, if you want to join a active, somewhat competitive union, let me know. Hit me up on Discord. Link to my Discord in the description below. You never know when someone's going to drop out or we need to replace somebody. So if you have a strong account and you're interested in being active, let me know and I'll put you on a waiting list. I think that's pretty much everything I want to show you. Let's go ahead and do our summon. So here's our guaranteed SSR, and let's look at the probability. So the number one thing that I'm hoping for is going to be, I mean, any LD character. Honestly, I still really want Heinrich. Now that I got Klaus, Heinrich isn't as big of a deal, but still Heinrich would be really, really good. Messiah, I also had in the beta. I actually had multiple copies of him in the beta. He would be great. He's a fantastic generic DPS, although I don't feel like I need him that much because I have Rosa. Mio would be busted. I've been getting by with using Kraken, and then I have like Lily, so I'm kind of getting like my speed and my crowd control from both of them. But Mio would be very cool to get, and Doki Doki is just my favorite character. I don't need another copy of Lily, and I don't want Shadow Sonya. So anyway, any of these other 4 LD characters would be super good. And then out of the RGB characters, probably my number one choice here would be Holden, because I didn't summon on his banner. Getting Holden would be nice. That is probably where I'm at. I mean, getting Bayantine or Veronica would be cool too, but I think Holden would be my number one choice for that, or even a dupe of Rosa. Anyway, here we go. All right, wish me luck, guys. Please be something good. We know it's a guaranteed SSR. It's going to be orange no matter what. Getting an LD character would be so hype right here. I don't know who that is. Veronica. All right. Veronica is a good-looking unit, and I did say it would be kind of cool to get her. Not really high on my list. Here, we'll go ahead and save this so we can get a little rebate on the Hydro Crystals. Don't forget to do that whenever you get a new unit. That's cool. It could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. I'm not really that sad about it. At least it's a new unit, and Veronica can be useful in PvP and RTA and things like that. So cool. Let me know who you got with your guaranteed SSR for the 14-day event. Let me know how you're progressing. Also, don't forget to hit me up on Discord if you're interested in getting on the wait list of my union. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm giving you a lot of things to do here. Don't forget to subscribe for more Etheria Restart news and strategies, and I will catch you guys in the next video or stream.